Okay then, Helldivers, loads to go over today as we have got a brand new patch update that has come through this morning with regards to a load of fixes for crashes, miscellaneous and optimizations for PC and console. We also have a brand new success message coming in from Super Earth High Command with our latest major order being a complete win and Oceune finally being struck. We've also got to take a look into some other stuff as the Gloom is clearing up and we're making our way towards Omicron, which is a very, very interesting factor to say the least. So we're going to dive into everything you guys need to know today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, GamerSupps, the company that offer esports athletes and gamers alike with the most effective and healthy energy drink option. And we are dropping new stuff every single week. So the link's in the description to support me with them. Use code CloudPlays at checkout for a cheeky discount. And if you want to get involved with that giveaway, we're giving away super credits. Pop a yellow heart in the comment section. It'll enter you in. Why yellow heart? Well, we're clearing up that bloody Gloom. We'll announce that in a few days. With that being said, let's dive into the game and see what's happening right now in Helldivers 2. So starting off, we got the patch notes that dropped just a few moments ago now with regards to the Into the Unjust 4.1.1. Now this one is a primarily focus around crashes, the frame rate stuttering and drop-in sequence, and some unused textures loaded into the memory, which obviously in turn is going to make things a little bit easier on PC. As we can see via these fixes right here for the crashes, they fixed a crash after hot joining a game that just started and when existing players use certain stratagems, a rare crash fix for when enemies fall through the ground, and a crash that occurs during missions when encounters are triggered. Another one was also fixed where a crash on mission load and a crash which would occur when interacting quickly with the weapon customization menu has now been fixed. Now, we've seen that one actually get fixed once before. It was obviously sorted and then they re-triggered it via the latest patch update. So now they've obviously had to fix it again. Thank the Lord that that is finally gone, as a load of people were having that problem. But apparently they've now finally fixed it for a second time. Next up on the list are the miscellaneous changes where extraction shuttle will no longer get into the landing stage when bumping into tall structures near the landing pad. They fixed an issue with missing haptics with gamepad disconnect and reconnect, ragdolls falling through ground during certain sections of the tutorial, and where some unused textures were being loaded into the memory accidentally on certain planet types. Now, obviously, the issue with the ragdolling is wider than just in the tutorial, so I'm hoping that they do fix that game-wide, as when you ragdoll, you will fall through the floor. If you're in like a certain location or in a certain position, it will just like ragdoll you through the floor and then back up. It's been a bit of an annoyance. I'm hoping that this is just a trial by doing it to the tutorial, and then they'll fix it in the full game at some stage soon. But overall, some very minor issues being fixed there. In terms of optimizations, though, for PC only, they fixed the textures sometimes appearing low res even when the memory is available. Overall, though, for all platforms, they've reduced the flashlight reaction on muzzle smoke on all weapons for a better field of view, which is definitely required. Reduced the frame rate stuttering during the drop-in sequence and the optimization destruction of various trees assets to maintain performance when lots of trees are being destroyed. Now, obviously, we do need optimization all across the board, so the fact they fixed the optimization destruction for various tree assets is definitely good, and the frame rate stuttering during the drop-in sequence has been a problem for quite some time, probably since late last year, so it's been quite some time we've had that issue, but now they have obviously fixed that. If they can rectify the frame rate stuttering throughout the game overall, though, that would be really good. I don't personally experience it myself, but a lot of you guys hit my comment section on a daily letting me know the issues with that one. Overall, though, some minor fixes overall. This was a bit of a minor patch update, but hopefully this is rectifying some of the fixes and issues. There was no really heavy hitter changes there, but these little ones will obviously add up over the next few weeks. Fingers crossed that they do actually make some bigger changes and fix some more stuff. Moving on from that, though, we managed to liberate Oceune, which completed the latest major order, as we await our next one, and knowing my luck, we'll upload this video and they'll drop the next demo anyway, so stay tuned for the info on that one. But we've got a success message coming from Super Earth High Command with what it is that's going to be happening next. It states right here that a great victory has been won. Through fortitude and ingenuity, the mark of the Gloom has been pierced. The first great hurdle towards freeing the galaxy from its shapeless menace has been cleared. Hive world Oceune has been liberated. The tireless efforts of the Helldivers have purged the Terminid infestation from the planet. Seaf spelunking crews have been deployed to map its extensive tunnels and identifying the remaining E711 reservoirs. Massive Hive Lord carcasses are being butchered and transported to off-world processing and research facilities. Most importantly, 99% of the planet's hive lungs have been destroyed already. Gloom density in this local system has dramatically reduced. The E711 on the planet will be invaluable to the progress of managed democracy. It will be harvested, studied, and fully exploited for the prosperity of every citizen. While this is a monumental victory, much of the gloom yet remains to threaten freedom. More hive worlds remain, shrouded within. We will not rest until everyone is liberated and their E711 is harvested. Now, this is definitely a big win for the Helldivers for sure, and it seems that the map is now looking, well, a little bit different. As you can see on the map right here, the gloom now has cleared up in this whole segment just on the side, which has obviously meant that Oceune now is no longer in the gloom, and we have the E711 extraction facility where extensive mining and drilling operations are taking place to comb this former hive world for all traces of the highly valuable substance known as E711. That does mean that we don't have to worry about Hellmire for quite some time, but expect this planet to continue being attacked as if it was Hellmire, so Oceune may still be a bit of a nightmare moving forward. But where is it going next? Our supply lines do obviously show it leading towards one single planet, but what is it? Now, as you can see on screen, it is quite clearly Omicron, and we all know this planet quite well, as Omicron is actually the furthest planet that Super Earth forces have ever managed to spread democracy into, marking the summit of the Terminid front. So essentially meaning anything beyond that point is all pretty much untouched. So I'm really, really intrigued to see what it is that goes on beyond that point. But we do have a really cool message coming in from Coretta Kelly right now. So let's just quickly watch that.
I'm Coretta Kelly. Super Earth High Command declared the total victory of the Great Expedition, following the successful reduction of the Gloom spread and the discovery of element 711 on its planets. Now, the Helldivers have been deployed to support a new, even more ambitious plan to extract E711 and use it to secure plenty of living space for all Super Earth citizens. This plan has been named Operation Free Space. While the Gloom will be allowed to continue existing, the Ministry of Defense has expressed high confidence in the Helldivers' ability to contain the amorphous space cloud. In other news, the heroic 10-year-old who turned in her own parents for dissident speech has become the youngest ever recipient of the Super Presidential Medal of Ultra Freedom. That's Liberty's latest. I'm Coretta Kelly.
Well, huge shout out to that heroic child that has now been honored. But nonetheless, we obviously do move into the next big move for the game, where Operation Free Space is now obviously on the cards. It's intriguing to see where this will go, and hopefully we go further into the gloom and tackle this one out. But I would quite like a break and get put over to maybe the bot sector. If I can put in a request to Arrowhead, that'd be lovely. Nonetheless, in other news, we also managed to hit 300 billion successful pacifications. Yes, that's right. 300 billion enemies killed, which is a ridiculous amount on day 634 on the Second Galactic War. It's absolutely incredible to see. 300 billion is such a large number, but yes, we've managed to finally secure that one. Overall, an interesting day for the Helldivers indeed. Make sure you go ahead and get that patch update sorted, and then we can move into the next major order, hopefully as it turns up later today, maybe even tomorrow. But we got to take a look at your top comments from the previous video, as you guys had a lot to say when we were talking about how chaotic the game was right now as we moved into the final 24 hours of the latest MO. This first one right here states, glad to see I'm not the only person who hates the Predator strain so much. I'd rather play whack-a-mole in this game, which 100% yes. The Predator strain is probably one of my least favorite sub-factions to date, with the Jet Brigade probably being my favorite. And I'm not even a bot attacker. Like, I don't primarily dive over there. Definitely follow the MO. Nonetheless, though, it is an intriguing one for sure, as we still await a sub-faction to inevitably hit the Illuminate. I'm intrigued to see when this one's finally going to come through, but we're still waiting at this moment in time. This next message right here states that we've got a Glaster planet. Whether we win or lose, I do not want to go back here. Now, yes, nobody wants to head over to Oceune ever again. That planet was an absolute nightmare, with reinforcement levels of Terminids being at an all-time high. It's absolutely crazy to think how many Terminids were being spawned in any one match. Am I the only one that was thinking it? Because my lord, it was overrun consistently. The aggro was crazy. And this final one right here states, would love to see a change where the Hive Lords won't spawn on a mobile oil rig mission. No reason to have the mission fail because of a thing decides that belly flopping the big rig is the Terminid's national pastime. Now, yeah, this has obviously been a really big problem for me. So much so that I think I might even use the gameplay in the background of this video. It was an absolute nightmare yesterday, trying to get that rig around with a Hive Lord flinging me about. We only just managed to get it completed. It's a nightmare, but it was all down to pure luck. It needed no skill. You just have to get lucky. So they should take the Hive Lords out of there, a lot like they took the Leviathans out of everything that wasn't a city map on the Illuminate. That's my 2 cents. Let me know your opinions via the comment section below. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Appreciate your faces, and as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.